And we are live. So thank you so much for everyone for tuning in and waiting for the live session today. So a warm welcome to each and everyone. This is the Zipinar for Let Us Talk It. So this is an initiative by the company Cogent Integrated Business Solutions, which is based in the US and is also visible in Spain, Mexico, and India, which is an IT company. And they wanted to give back to the community in a form of free knowledge sharing. So they have coined this Let Us Talk It Zipinar that happens every Wednesday, 12 noon to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, in order to create an empowered and informed community with this various or the variety of knowledge and discussion that has been provided for free and is available on our YouTube page as well, which is Let Us Talk It for a later watch. So if you missed the schedule, you can watch it on a recorded session. So for today, we have a very unique topic, which will be catered or will be discussed by wonderful speakers that we have today. And simply, it is blockchain beyond basics. So this is like adapting TensorFlow for the real world AI. So the first speaker that we have is Naresh R. Jasotani, which is an AI or ML lead for automotive innovations on Google Cloud, who's an author of two books as well. So Blockchain Beyond Basics and Adapting TensorFlow for the Real World AI. And he is a Googler with over 17 years of experience in helping customers to get benefits of data analytics and artificial intelligence advancements. And with him, we have Ajay Arja, and who is a CEO of Simplomatic Private Limited, founder of Wuzu Technology LLP. And he is also having 17 years of experience in various technology implementation, which has expertise that lies in the area of blockchain technology, enterprise solutions, digital transformation, and software development. And with them is Deepraj, is Chauhan, which is also a director at GCP practice of Miracle Softwares, which will be discussing a single but very large scope topic, which is the blockchain beyond basics. And to start off, we have Naresh to first take over.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Phil, for the great introduction. So again, as Phil said, I am Naresh Dasatani, and I am super excited to be here. The reason is we understand that blockchain is the future. So as Phil mentioned, we have written two books combined together, in fact, three now. So Blockchain Beyond Basics and TensorFlow, and Adapting TensorFlow for Real World AI. And three of us wrote this book. The book came out which is available on Amazon, and it is viral. Like, we were able to sell more than 500 copies of the book. Again, Blockchain Beyond Basics, available on Amazon. With that said, Deepraj, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. Good morning, good evening. This is Deepraj Chauhan. I work for Miracle Software Systems. I'm director for GCP practice and AI analytics. I'm really excited to share this knowledge with you all, and more excited to have this session along with Ajay and Naresh, who are best in this field. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Deepraj. Ajay?
Hello, everyone. My name is Ajay Jha. I am the CEO of Simplomatic India Private Limited and co-author of two books, Blockchain Beyond Basic and ChatGPT at Work. And both are available on Amazon, as already told by Naresh. Okay. And today we will start with our agenda. Okay. Naresh, go ahead. Okay. This session agenda is, first one is, we are going to discuss the basic of blockchain and about the Web3. Web3 is you can say that the new worldwide wave of 2023, you can say that, right? Then followed by we are getting started with Solidity programming, which is essential for the blockchain and the writing the smart contracts. And we will also share the free blockchain courses. Okay, and this PPT will be shared with you, so you can go over there and you can take the courses. Okay, get the benefit. And one thing is, I wanted to mention it. After completing this course, you will also get the certificate. And followed by that, we will have one question answer session. So if you have any doubt, you can ask and we will try to clear it out. Okay, let's start with the blockchain. Okay, this one is a graph, right? And there is one quote, forget about the money and follow the opportunity. And this is true. Money follows the opportunity. Just now take a look at the graph, and it clearly shows that we are just the beginning stage of blockchain, right? Revolution. We are in 2023, and the potential of the blockchain continue to grow exponentially with the projection of approximate 20 to 30 times by the way to the 2030. And this data is completely based on the most prestigious institution, Polaris Market Research Analysis. And previously they have predicted many times, and almost everything was true, you can say that, right? And looking at the graph, you can say that there is a lots of opportunity, and where opportunity is, money will come over there automatically. You don't have to follow the money. If opportunity is there, money will definitely come. Okay. So when this type of opportunity is there, right? My company, the Symptomatic India India Limited, right? Helping users and the businesses to get and capture this opportunity. And we will discuss how you can and your business can benefit from this blockchain technology in your, you can use the blockchain technology in your business and your transaction. This one is a very revolutionary technology, right? We are going to discuss step by step. Okay, let's start then. Next slide, please. Now, let's start with the blockchain, right? Blockchain is a decentralized system, you can say that, decentralized ledger system. How you are managing old ledger system, that one is completely different, and this one is completely different. Okay, we will explain you and you will get to know that. In conventional ledger system, you are maintaining everything in one place and you have to rely on that ledger, right? And that ledger is maintained by any entity, maybe government or bank, or if you can say that if you are working in a company, then maybe your accountant, you have to rely on that. You do not have any access and you do not have any opportunity to check it, and they have option to change everything, right? And if you you think blockchain, if it's come to the blockchain, right? This one is completely different than the conventional system. Okay, blockchain is a decentralized distributed ledger system that record the transaction across the multiple computers that is that present on the network, and which is called as a node. Okay, and it consists the growing list of records and called blocks, and that blocks are cryptographically linked and as well as protected. Okay, nobody can make any changes. Each block contains the timestamp and a link to the previous block, and by this way, it is forming a chain. You can say that you can forming a chain, and that's why everybody is calling the blockchain. Okay, And due to decentralized in nature, it means that nobody is going to control it, right? Every node has a copy of ledger. I already told you in conventional system, any person or any entity is going to manage it. But over here, every computer on the node has the same ledger. So if anyone going to make it, any changes, right, everybody will know. And if anyone want to make any change fraudulently, it is not possible. As everybody has the same ledger, right? They can compare with you, right? And they can track it, what they have made the changes, or what is the problem, what is the fraud over there, right? So blockchain is exactly distributed manners, right? And very difficult to any single entity. Even you can say that anyone cannot make it any changes, right? Now, Naresh, if it is possible, please go back to previous previous slide. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Okay, there is I just wanted to explain that characteristic of the blockchain. Okay, that's right. Okay, point by point, I want to clear it out. First one is decentralized nature. I already told you that nobody is going to, single entity is going to change anything or control it, not even your government, right? Everybody has the same ledger, so it is not possible. Second most important thing is it is a peer-to-peer transactional network. Means if I wanted to transfer anything to Naresh, right, then we both can transact with each other without any intermediary system or authority. Okay, over here, you don't need any bank, you don't need anything. Okay, I'm talking about not only bank, for anything. Two person or two businesses can communicate, can transact peer-to-peer using the blockchain technologies, right? Third most important point is it's replicate the ledger, right? I already mentioned it. It's replicate the ledger. Means that ledger is present in each and every node present in the network. Okay, so this one make more secure and more transparent system. And fourth point is ledger entity is all ledger entries is linked with each other. Means this one is a blockchain is a series of blocks, right? Each blocks contain data, and each block has the information about the previous block. Which one is cryptographically encrypted and has a hash value, and that hash value is stored into the next block. So if anyone go there make any changes in previous block, right, then automatically that node will be failed and that node will be out of the system. Okay, so ledger entries has linked with each other, so it is almost impossible to make any changes. If you wanted to make any changes, then you have to make each and every block of previous blocks, which is almost impossible, right? And fifth, most importantly, this one is everything is protected by the cryptographic key, and we all know that this one is almost impossible to break it, right? Okay, go ahead. Yeah, please. Now, let's see how blockchain works, right? As I told you, this one is everything is managed by the network and the node computers, the network computers, right? That called node. Okay, when you start or initiate the transaction, suppose I wanted to transfer 1 Bitcoin to Naresh, right? Then what I will do the first thing, I will request for the transaction, right? When I request for the transaction, this one will be my first step. And what will be the next step? After requesting, that transaction will be broadcasted into the network, and all the nodes will listen that and get the information about my transaction. And after getting the information, they will start validating it. Validation means, suppose I'm transferring one Bitcoin from my account to Naresh Jashodani. I must have one Bitcoin, then only I can transfer it, right? So data should be validated at that time. Okay, then what will be happen? The nodes will validate my data, right? And after the validation, the block will be created. Okay, blank block will be created, and in that block, every information and as well as the previous block information, the hash value, will be stored in that block. And after storing that, it will again going to broadcast it, okay, to achieve the consensus. Consensus means every node, majority of node means 50% of node, 51% of nodes should agree with for that transaction. They have to validate it using the proof of work or the proof of stake. Okay, in next, maybe Naresh is going to explain everything in this after me. Okay, he will give, take everything in detail. And this proof of stake and the proof of work ensuring the security and preventing any malicious attack. Okay, then after achieving the proof of stake or proof of work, that block will be added to the blockchain. And after adding the blockchain, right, it is impossible to alter. Okay, you cannot make any changes. If there is any changes, you have to create a new block. Suppose you have made any changes, right? Only I can say that only Bitcoin is a blockchain, right? Bitcoin is using the blockchain technology. It means that suppose I made any transaction, suppose I'm in company, right, where we are logging every logistics or every supply chain, and we made any mistake, right? Then I have to create a new block. Okay, you cannot change in that block. Okay, and after that, the transaction is completed, the achieving after adding the blockchain, right? And this 7-step process is completely decentralized. You do not need anything. You do not need any government, do not need any entity or any person to handle this, right? The smart contract is going to handle each and everything automatically. Okay, so this one is how the blockchain works exactly. Okay, in next slide, we are going to discuss the use case of blockchain, right? Use a case of many have perception that blockchain is Bitcoin or Bitcoin is the blockchain, right? But this one is completely wrong. Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any cryptocurrency is just using the blockchain, right? It is a, you can say that the one use case of blockchain, not they are not just complete blockchain, right? So there is a there are many use cases, and I can say that blockchain has a potential to revolutionize our transaction system, because transactions means anything: registering your vehicle, transferring your property, healthcare, issuing your insurance, and or cryptocurrency or banking. I can say everything. What transaction we are doing, right? Each and every transaction has potential, and blockchain has potential to cover that per transaction. Even government, if want, or they are also in India, they are trying that, right? For the properties, right? It means that if you submit each and everything matches, then property will going to transfer to the who is buying that the buying person, and this will be the very simple step, very simple, and as well as the decentralized, right? So here there is a many use cases of blockchain. Okay, let's discuss one by one. I will try to explain it. First one is DeFi, the decentralized finance. This one is the most important, and maybe I think they are using the real potential of that, right? And they have DeFi protocols, you can say that allow users to lend, borrow, trade, even the invest in a decentralized manner, and it reduces the transaction fees, and you can say that it increases the accessibility also, right? And due to in previously in traditional finance system, you have to go to the lots of the system, you have to follow, and you have to go to the bank. There is a lots of process, right? In this, you can make everything automatically. Suppose if I want to borrow anything, what I have to do, I have to submit my salary slip, I have to submit my income proof, right? And if everything matches, bank is going to release my fund. In this process, in traditional system, I have to go to the bank, I have to submit everything, and then they are going to approve it. There may be some manual error, or there have some opportunity to, you can say that there is the person can do the wrong thing. But in blockchain, if you implement the smart contract in the decentralized finance, and if I wanted to borrow it, then what the smart contract will do, or what the blockchain will do, it will take my everything, right? The salary slip, my income proof, my address proof, and everything matches. It is going to release my fund. So it has a very, very much potential. It has potential, okay, and it can reduce our burden. You can say about burden, paperwork, and everything, right? Second most important is insurance. Insurance sector, and many insurance companies have started using it, right? And similarly over here, they started to issue the insurance certificate as well as the claim process, both. And over here, similarly, like deep finance, if suppose I wanted to buy insurance, okay, I have to submit my address proof, and address proof, ID proof, my birth certificate, and my medical reports, right? And after that submitting, they are going to be issued, right? In manual process, you require 4 to 5 days or 7 days, but in this you can issue instantly and securely. You can say nobody can make any changes in that. And at time of claim process, right, you have to submit everything, and claim is going to release it. So it prevents the fraud and also ensure the data integrity, right? Because every step we're going to track it, and every entity. Suppose if I'm admitted into hospital, right? The hospital is going to release the bills, right? That will be one process, and they will be responsible for that. So over here, any fraud is very less, chances is very less, and everything is trackable. Then next, blockchain uses supply chain, and I think Tesla, Ford, and many companies have started tracking their supply chain, even the Walmart. Okay, from starting point, from the raw material to end delivery, everything is present on the blockchain. Every entity, every participant is going to enter their data, and the final product, at time of final product, users can track each and every detail of their complete product, right? From where source material you have sourced, what is the origin of that, everything. So over here, there is a very little chance of fraud. Okay, then crowdfunding. Next use case is crowdfunding. Crowdfunding is also, you can use and many companies started using that, the blockchain. It means that if anyone wanted to raise the fund, they will put their plan, and everyone wanted to, if I wanted to invest in, right, I'm going to transfer the fund, and if they achieve the profit or anything, right, profit or losses, everybody is going to bear it, right? It would be automatically transacted. So even crowdfunding, it has a good potential they can use the blockchain. Okay, over here, you will get the free courses. Okay, everything everything is not possible to cover over here, so I will request you to register for the free courses. And for more detail, you can visit our website, blockchainbeyondbasic.com, and we have our group, private group. You can join over there and you will get the lots of information. And we also started on GitHub. Every Solidity program is going to show you over here. Everything is present on GitHub, so you can go and use over there, right? And I think I will, yeah, course will be, and there are lots of courses, right? Every course you can register over there, and I think Naresh, you can continue from here. Okay, stage is yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ajay. Great job. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, hello, everyone. I'm Naresh Asutani, and I work for Google. I'll quickly jump on the blockchain. So let's quickly explain the concept that Ajay was talking about on blockchain. A very, very quick information, correct? So here we are talking about a use case. I'm going to explain you in very simple language what is a blockchain, correct? Very, very, very simple language. So I'll understand that there are three friends, Elon, Bill, and Jeff. No connections to Elon Musk, Bill Gates, or Jeff Bezos, right? Now they form a group to mine diamonds. So assuming that they are going to be mining diamonds, and then they're going to collect the diamonds, and they want to make sure that they can distribute the diamonds once they have enough for distribution. Now let's start by saying that they are wanting to create a ledger in which the diamonds that are mined every day are noted. This is the use case. They want to mine diamond and create a ledger to make sure that all the diamonds that they are mining are recorded somewhere. So with that said, so Elon said, hey, I am going to be the record keeper. So Bill and Jeff said, yeah, let's go ahead. So Elon started keeping records. So on the first day, and remember, Mr. Ajay mentioned about blocks, correct? So blocks are nothing but a record. So on day one, the first block is created, and the first day they mined 5 diamonds. And then hash key, which Ajay was talking about, is created as well. Now, the second day they mined 15 diamonds. Now let's look at this one. Block number is just a 1-up number. Nonce is a number which we will explain later, but nonce is helping maintaining the transaction records. Don't worry about this now. We'll come back to that. Data is 15 diamonds. Previous hash key is the hash key of the previous record. A hash key is created by a combination of all these 4 data elements. And then the new hash key for the second block is created. Similarly, the third block is created with 20 diamonds at the data and these blocks. Now, Bill and Jeff knew that Elon is a mischief, or he can be a mischievous guy. So they created a copy of the ledger. Remember, Mr. Ajay talked about the ledger being copied over different nodes. Now, Bill and Jeff have their own computers in spreadsheet or an Excel spreadsheet. They start maintaining the same record. Elon had an idea how to pocket some diamonds which are not his, right? So he went and changed day 2 data where they collected 15 to 12 so that he can pocket 3 diamonds. Because of this change, the blockchain inherent technology made a change in hash as well. So hash key was changed. And because this block hash key was changed, the hash key for the next block would change because of the previous hash key, which refers to the previous block. That is linking. Ajay spoke about how these ledgers are connected in blocks and are linked together. So this block is a record. One transaction or multiple transactions can be recorded. They're connected with each other. and every node maintains a copy. Now Bill says, hey, you know what? There is a change because our records, Jeff and Bill's match, but Elon's record do not match. You did something crazy here. And that is how it's fraudulent proof. No single person can create a fraudulent transaction. So again, going back to what Ajay said, a distributed system, that means everybody has a copy of on their records, copied ledger. Every person is the node, or every node is an entity in the blockchain, and then all of them are connected with each other, forming a network. This is the concept of blockchain. Now everybody has a copy of ledger. So let's understand what are smart contracts, right? So Elon, Bill, and Jeff, as they were mining diamonds, they said, you know what? We will not touch the diamond box, which they were, putting their diamonds in, before the number of diamonds are 100. So they said, fine. After 100, we'll stop it. We take our cut and we go our own merry way. Now, somebody asked, what if we never get to 100 diamonds? What will you do then in that case? So in that case, they said they are going to give it to the government. They're not going to keep it with them. They said, you know what? We don't need a lawyer. So they created a smart contract with this if then else statement using Solidity. So in theory, the Solidity language is nothing but a set of instructions, set of programming instructions, which are triggered more like an if then else statement. You don't need a lawyer, you don't need a notary, you don't need a court. It's all decentralized. So a contract once created cannot be changed. So it's immutable. The smart contract can be between two or more parties. In a legal document case, there could be multiple parties involved, but it's cumbersome. Smart contracts are created to be able to interact with multiple parties. Bitcoin network does not support smart contract. It's by design. But Ethereum supports smart contract, which are the game changer, because all of the programs that are written are now getting into Ethereum and Solidity. And that is why Ethereum is so flexible. Again, there are other blockchains as well, like Solana or Storm and others, which support smart contracts as well. So again, Ethereum network. Now, these are all where characteristics and use cases, greatly covered by Ajay in detail. What I want you to know is, how do you talk to blockchain? How do you get started? What is the tech involved? So assuming that this is network of computers, this is Elon, Jeff, Bill, and everybody has a ledger. If you want to get to the Ethereum network, you need something known as Go Ethereum. It's an open source software. It's an open source program that can keep you connected. And now you become a node on the network. You will have a copy of your ledger, of the blockchain. Then you would need a client, Ethereum client, in order for you to get onto the network. All right. Now, this is a cloud era. It's not cloud era, clouds era, cloud computing era. So what happened is the Remix, and by the way, Web3, as Ajay talked about, Web3 is an interface that can let Python, JavaScript, and other programming language talk to Ethereum. So Web3 is that interface that lets you talk to the blockchain with legacy or widely used programming languages like Python, Java, JavaScript, you name it. So how do you do that again? I mentioned about all this, but then there is a remix.ethereum. Remix.ethereum is a platform, and this is what Mr. Deepraj, who is going to be coming after me, he's going to explain you how to get onto Ethereum and run a Solidity contract. And the same thing which we are discussing here is available in the classwork, which we talked about. So Blockchain Beyond Basics is a free course that you can understand or can get to which explains to you about smart contracts, protocols. You can also talk about Solidity, Web3 JS, Web3 PY, Advanced, and AI for blockchain as well. So having said that, you can go to the course and Deepa is going to get you started on Solidity. And then if you are wanting to create a Node.js, or if you are wanting to create a Python program, there is an open source free cloud console or a cloud engine that you can go write program. For this one, you would need something like Ethereum, right? You need a client to connect to the network, and that is the Infura that provides you connectivity back to the blockchain. So with that said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about a couple of use cases that the course covers, and then I'll hand it over to Deepraj. The course covers the first use case. It will tell you how do you create a bank account on blockchain using Solidity. So once you have the bank account, you can add transactions to it. So your bank account would have incoming as well as outgoing transactions from Jeff, from Bill, from Don, and then you can have outgoing transaction to one or multiple bank accounts. You will also see how you can get balance, see transactions, and make transfers, which is one of the most important functionality of blockchain, and all of them using Solidity program. So this Solidity program would run on Ethereum test network, which Deepraj is going to talk about. The second use case is going to be a very similar use case to the first one, but instead of the bank account, now you'll be transferring cryptos. All of this have been well documented. Every course has a video associated with it. So if you click on a course here, deploy a contract, you have a video. You have execute a contract, you have a video. So if you do not understand a course, even without the book, you can run through this course. Now with that said, I'll hand it over to my dear friend, Mr. Deepraj Chauhan. Deepraj, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Naresh. Awesome introduction. I mean, that's very, very in detail. And Ajay, thank you so much. Naresh, you might have to give me access because I may have to share. But before that, I will quickly touch base this architecture. The intention is because I'm going to cover a little bit of coding here to give you a glimpse of that, how that things work inside. So one is the nodes, how to add into a node. To do that, you need get. It needs to be installed into your system, and then you will be connecting with the EVM client. Then the first focus which I'm going to cover here is the remix.ethereum. Why remix.ethereum is where you are going to write a contract. Then Infura, as Naresh mentioned, when you are trying to interact with Ethereum network. Just a minute. So when you're trying to connect to the Ethereum network, you need some of the keys for the authentication. Think about that. You are doing. Anyone cannot just go and access that network. You need some key. From Infura, you are going to get the connectivity with the mainnet, testnet. There are a few things which I will explain you while having this coding session. Then RippleIT is something where you are going to write your code as per your choice, maybe Node.js, maybe Python, and then Python is again can connect back again to RippleIT. But in my demo, I'm going to use Colab. Then all options which comes under RippleIT, and while doing that, we will use Web3 package library, which is here Web3 interface. Through which we will be accessing Ethereum current node, what is the current node in mainnet, or what is my balance in the MetaMask. I will explain you that too. So with that, I'm going to share my screen and I will take you one by one quickly to a code, and that will not be very heavy because as Naresh and Arjay mentioned that there's a very well structured course lined up where you can go and step by step you get practice. Just a minute. Perfect. I hope everyone has access, can see my screen, and keeping the reference of that architecture which I just explained you, I will take you to the screen of remix.ethereum.org. It's a web-based service which provides you to write your code on Ethereum to create the smart contract. Ethereum, you can, if I'm not pretty sure, but if you have developed any object-oriented programming, if you have used in past, which is C or your Java, it's just like that, you know. So to create a contract, you need to create your workspace. I already have that one, but I'm going to quickly take you to that. So in the workspace, I'm going to take a blank because I don't want to have a default. It will have unnecessary libraries, which I anyway have to delete. Then you can name any workspace, ETH or something. I'm giving it, and then you will click OK. You have a workspace created here. In the workspace, now as per your contract, you can create multiple contracts or in one contract. Let me add that. And then I can give any contract name, maybe first Solidity. I'm trying to follow the name as similar to the names which we have in the book, so that you should be able to relate that. Okay, perfect. Now this is first Solidity, where I'm going to write a contract, as Maris mentioned about the bank balance use case. I will touch base a little bit on that, and will give you a very small code snippet, which is going to talk about how to define variables. And just a minute, there is some glitch in it. Okay, perfect. Now, if we have looked into this code talks about SPDX license identifier MIT. It is nothing but if you will not keep this also, this will not throw an error, but it will give you a warning. Why? Because I'm trying to keep this code so that I'm giving a flexibility to the users by what way they can access my code. Okay, this is nothing but a license agreement sort of provided by MIT. Now, Pragma Solidity 0.8.8 is something which I have selected for my case, but you can use, you can put caret maybe here, and that denotes that, okay, more than greater than 0.8.8 version, you can use Solidity. Smaller than, greater than, all those functionalities, you can, all those points you can keep here. For example, greater than 0.8.8 means greater than, it can be 0.89. Okay, then contract, demo contract, I have to give the contract name so that it can be used for later transactions purpose. Then same, any coding language, we are defining a variable u into 56 and then defining the bank balance. The intention is that I'm showing that, okay, in this contract, what is the bank balance? Very basic. So this is first contract we are creating. I hope you are excited by seeing this. To do this, I'm going to compile it. And to do the compilation, few settings we need to quickly check. Here you have compiler 0.18, but if you have noticed, I have 0.88. I'm going to go and select this, and then I'm going to select compile. Hold on. Perfect. So my code, the contract code, is compiled successfully. Just okay. Now I wanted to show you what message it is coming, but because of I'm keeping the note of time, I may. Okay. Yeah. If you see here in the left in the right panel here below, you will see that you know what is this type library name seem available commands, all those commands, or the execution code, whatever in the state, everything will be visible there. Now the code is compiled. I'm going to do deploy the code. Now, while deploying the code, I need to look for the environment, under which environment I am running. We have to be careful because I'm doing this testing. I'm looking for some of the environments which are freely available where I can do hands-on. I personally like this London one, so I'm choosing this. your wish. You can go ahead and check anything. But if you see here, go early, this is testnet, all these as per your choice. So we'll check London. Under London, I'm going to deploy this. That gas limit is something which is being assigned to you. It is useful when you are doing the transaction, transferring the ethers or GUI between the accounts. But we are not using right now, and we are not putting any values because it's just creating a bank balance. So this is being deployed. Let me click it here under London. So your contract is being deployed. Just to check that what it is in the contract, you will see here, if I will click here, this is handler. If I click this, I should be able to see 50. Okay, so now there you go. So you have created a contract, and that contract has a bank balance 50. This is very basic, but just giving you a glimpse that, okay, how are you going to create a contract? There are many advancements, and you can refer the book for that or the course, which will take you that contract 1, contract 2, splitting the contracts. Maybe a contract is very large, difficult to understand. You can split the code, creating a different contracts and calling one contract and the other contract, doing the transaction of the ether from one account to other account. All that is in the course step by step. I hope, and please do post your questions if you have. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of moving a little bit fast because I want to cover a few other things. Now, if you have to check for the Ethereum, the current Ethereum, what is the block? As narration Ajay mentioned about, you have a blocks and then your transaction. This Ethereum scan, you can look into this Ethereum scan.io, where you will see what is the current block, latest block, and what are the transactions, detail of the transaction, what latest transaction happened. All these details will be here. Now the intention here is that first I'm going to show you by using the Ethereum mainnet, that in the Ethereum, what is that current block? No, this is the blocks are creating, it's on the go runtime. So maybe when I'm running a code, maybe the block which I'm referring, maybe that will not be the current block. Maybe new block will be added. So don't worry about that. So to do that, to connect to this Ethereum, we have Infura, as Naresh mentioned about, we have to get the key. But before going into Infura, I want to show you RippleIT. RippleIT is giving me a platform where I can choose a language, maybe a Node.js or Python, and through that I can do these connections or transactions or looking into the Ethereum. In this case, I'm going to try to see the mainnet latest block. Okay, so for the RippleIT.com, to do that, we have to create Ripple. In the create Ripple, if you, as I have mentioned, that you will have language as per your choice. Node.js, first I'm trying to cover Web3.js, Node.js, and then any title you can give, demo, Node.js, and then you will create. Just a minute, guys. Now, if you see here, it is giving you a console where you will do your code. Okay, in Node.js, and I will take you there. So to do that, you are going to, I'm just copy pasting a command and I'm going to explain you that. Inside the shell, I'm going to paste npm install web3. npm is the main library to perform this transaction. It's a main package. It's gonna, hopefully it will install in due time, hopefully. Once that is installed, what we will do is, in step by step, we will be checking. While doing that, we will go to the node, and then we will be checking whether this web3 is installed. If it is installed, we are going to install libraries for our Ethereum, all the libraries related to our Ethereum transactions in the steps. And then once that is done, through this Infura, the site which I have just showed you, we are going to create a key for the mainnet. We'll take that key, put into this code, and through that we will be able to see the current node in the Ethereum.io Ethereum scan.io site. What is that transaction? What is the balance? Everything in our console. Still loading. Hopefully it will be done soon. And please post your questions if you have any. Okay, perfect. So now this, now you know that we have installed Web3, which is that Web3 interface. All the libraries will be installed here. Now the next step is, as I mentioned, we are going to install all the Node.js Ethereum libraries for our use. And here you go. I may have to ship this somewhere. Okay. So now, once this is done, I'm going to Node, and in the node, I'm going to pass those keys, whatever I have mentioned. But before that, I'm going to check whether Web3 is there or not. It will verify, and don't worry about undefined. It will return undefined. Don't worry about that. It means it's there. Nothing to worry. Now comes the Infura part. Okay, so I will show you how you are gonna go to the Infura and get that information. So to get the key, this is Infura, and this is I have already created. So, but you can go into Infura, create your account so that it will be mapped to your Ethereum part. To get the key, I'm going to create on the create new API key. Here, you will have option of selecting Web3 API. I will select this Web3 API and will give any name. Demo Infura key and create that. Perfect. Now my Infura key is created. Now, as you can see that I have in Infura, you have Ethereum, Polygon, Optimism, all those. But you, for our need, I'm going to take HTTPS mainnet Infura this. So I will copy this. In fact, just a minute. Just to save time, I have a notepad and I'm copy pasting there. Okay. Now I will take that here and paste. Perfect. Now, so this connection is done. Now, what I want to see is this is making a connection with the Ethereum mainnet. So the next command, what I'm going to run is the latest. I want to see the latest block in that Ethereum. Perfect. So this is the whole, this is the detail about that particular block. Block is nothing but here, if you say number 16884440. If I go here, let me refresh it. Okay, so while doing those copy, paste, and running those commands, 2 more blocks were added. But this is our block 16884440. If I will click into this, few things quickly I will cover. If you see gas limit, I hope that should be showing here. Okay. So gas limit, if you can see, it is matching. Okay, it means that it is showing exactly what we have in the Ethereum main site. Okay. Then a few more things. Let's quickly check. So I'm more interested in size is okay. Okay, perfect. Few more things. Let's do the back tracing. The number is here. Then size is 175592. Then timestamp. Timestamp is okay, but let's check the size. 175592. 175592. So here you go. You can check all these things by running the commands. There are a few more commands which you test it out, which will give you get gas price. The command which you can type, you will get the gas price which you just verified visually here. Okay. Yeah. Again, I mean, any question related to this specific part, please post it. And everything is in the book. Go ahead and practice it. Now, this week covered about in the main net, what is the current block, the transaction, or what is the gas price, everything which is there, you will be able to see in your code. Okay. Now, I want to see, I have my MetaMask already set up. I want to see that what is that MetaMask balance by running my Web3 PY in Web3 PY. I want to see that, and I obviously, I mean, I'm not in mainnet. The good part is that in the Ethereum you will have mainnet, testnet. Testnet is, if I'm not wrong, Gorilla and Sokolia. So that is something you can explore. And my code is already ready for the Web3 PY. So I'm going to use testnet again using my Infura, because Infura is going to give me the key. To do that, I will be using Gorilla testnet. I will check here and I will get the link to connect. Okay. So for it's almost similar. Whatever you are doing in Node.js is very well you can do in the Python as well. It's just a syntax change, and that is what we have done. If you have remember pip install Web3, we did the same in Node.js. Same we are doing here. It is again take a little bit more time, but that's okay. It's good to have a glance of that, how that things are working. And let me show you. Yeah, everything same as npm install Web3. If we go here, same is happening here. We are installing pip install Web3. And while this is loading, I just this is not the agenda, but I just want to touch base. Colab is an awesome tool. You can this Ripple IT, those things you can do in VS Code. But Colab is awesome in terms of you don't have to worry about installing anything, nothing like that. It's just that you go reset your runtime or choose your machine, and you are good to go. I personally like it. Okay, perfect. So this is already installed. Ignore these errors. This is nothing. But then you are going to create a handler. You are going to initiate a handler. Okay. Importing the libraries. Okay. So now I know what is the reason here. I have to restart. I will go here, restart runtime, and I should be good here. There you go. Now, this is the main part. In this, this is the link or the key which I am going to get from Infura for my Gorilla, which is testnet. So this is my key, and I'm going to pass it here. And now it is going to make a connection for my account in the Ethereum testnet. Connection is established. Now I'm going to initiate a handler. Now let's check whether the connection is there or not. It should be a Boolean value. Let's see. Yeah, true. So connection, it has established the connection. Now this is something MetaMask wallet. I want to touch base this. MetaMask wallet is something your account sort of where you are saving or keeping a record of your cryptocurrencies. Okay. Let me show you how that looks, and I have that extension here. Should open. Now, what I'm trying to do is that because this is my personal, I'm able to see it here, but I also need to verify, is it true or not? Is it actually coming from the Ethereum testnet or not? For that, if I'm going to run this command, which is get balance from MetaMask wallet, I should be able to see an amount 0.0086 matching to this account where I am. This is MetaMask. Consider that this is my personal wallet. Okay, and please try to remember 0086 Gorilla ETH. Let me run this and it should match. Perfect. There you go. So it is making a connection. So the whole intention of showing all these codes and the keys is something to give you a glimpse of that hands-on, how we do those in terms of in aspect of coding when we are working in a project or making any product, how we need to, what services bare minimal we need to utilize. And it is not that difficult. All is web-based. Nothing big hassle to do that. Yep, this ends my demo. And again, if we please post your question, as well as please go with the course. There's a well-designed course, step by step. And I definitely recommend to buy a book as well. Perfect. So I'm good, Naresh. Please go ahead. We have Q&A.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much, Ajay and
Hello,
Deepraj and everyone. So Phil, over to you, sir. We are done. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That's wonderful. So personally, with me, that's too much information, definitely. But it is expected from professionals with this area. So I'm very sure you have more things to cover, but it's just that there is a restriction on time. So that's very understandable. Understandable. So far, we don't have any questions. I have checked and I have been monitoring on the live as well, and posted there that they can throw in questions anytime they want. No questions there so far as of the moment as well. So for the meantime, if they were to drop questions where they could reach out to you offline or anything that
Yep. So Ajay and Deepraj and I will be more than happy to help.
Yeah, sure thing. So if they will be posting questions on the later watch on the video, we'll send those on the WhatsApp. If so that can be addressed. And
Thank you so much.
Yeah, anything else you'd like to promote for what you're doing currently?
No, we are all good. Ajay, you're on mute, Ajay. Thank you so much. Hey, Deepraj, thank you so much.
Thank you, Phil, Naresh, Ajay.
Sorry,
and
sir.
whole
Sorry.
team
Thank you,
everyone.
everyone.
All right, so that's perfect. Well, thank you so much, great gentlemen, for that knowledge that you have shared to the community and the value that you have given to us as well, which is your time, your energy, and your experience. It's really appreciated. And for the viewers, thank you so much for joining us. And we hope to see you again next Wednesday for a different topic to cover with new speakers as well that will give and share their ideas, their knowledge, and their experience with regard to the topics that they will take care of. So please follow our YouTube channel, which is Let Us Talk It, so you can watch more of these videos, recorded sessions, which is very interesting and very brain-racking as well. So hope to see you again next Wednesday. And speakers, thank you so much for your time today. Hope you all the best. And
Thank you so much.
Always.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.